Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Monday. Today is also St. Patrick's Day. This is a day when a lot of meteorologists around the country are running around trying not to get pinched because, as you know, we can't wear green in front of a green screen unless you really want to. All right, today is March 17th, 2025. It was a busy, busy day on your Friday, right? We had a lot of storms come on through and cause some damage across the area as well. So we're going to take a look at what we've seen so far. These are preliminary storm reports that have come in since Friday to account for Friday night and a little bit into Saturday morning farther across Arkansas. But for the month of March, mainly for the month of March 14th, specifically at the bottom of the screen, you can see that spike there in the date. That's March 14th, the only day we've had tornadoes so far in Missouri. So we've had 15 tornadoes reported so far that have come in. And a lot of these have been confirmed as tornadoes already. And surveys are still ongoing, though, for some of these storms. But 15 for the state of Missouri so far. And we also had some storms in Arkansas. Let's go ahead and take a look at those tornadoes as well. Arkansas reporting 10 tornadoes from Friday night's storm event, several of those large. Of the 10 tornadoes confirmed, 5 of those have been EF2 or stronger. The strongest one I've seen is an EF4, actually 2 EF4s coming out of northern Arkansas. All right, so taking a look now at the warnings. It was a very, very busy day for folks in, again, the Ozarks, also down to the southeast as we went into Saturday. This is kind of an all-encompassing event from the weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, from storm warnings, tornado warnings specifically here on this map. You can see a cluster around the Ozarks, southeast Missouri, northeast Arkansas, off towards the St. Louis area, and then southern Illinois, parts of Kentucky. Then you have another stripe of severe weather that occurred on Saturday the 15th down across Dixie Alley. So parts of Mississippi, a lot of Mississippi warnings there, parts of Alabama, and then down towards Georgia as well. Then kind of a little cluster of storms near Nashville as well, parts of Tennessee there, seeing a little cluster of tornado warnings for them. And again, the count for tornadoes in Missouri right now sits at about 15, and in Arkansas we have about 10. That number will likely climb a little bit. Survey teams are still getting out and about surveying damage. They have concluded, though, on some of those storms. They have given them ratings. And but look at these tracks here. You can see where the storms really kind of got going. Things kicked off Friday evening for us here in Missouri. In Springfield, had a tornado warning. Hasn't been a confirmed tornado, but that's when things really started to get going. That was 6 p.m. Friday. The first tornado warning came out for the day. And then as you move farther eastward, they just started coming one after another, it seemed. One tornado confirmed east of Springfield. That's a storm that went up north of Seymour, up towards Rolla. Rolla took a direct hit from a tornado. You also had a big tornado through Bakersfield, southern Missouri. That came out of Arkansas. And then another big storm producing a tornado in Oregon County. And then several more down in Arkansas. We had that EF4 tornado go through Larkin, which is near Franklin, Arkansas. That's in Izard County, so just to the north of Melbourne on your map there, down in northern Arkansas. That was an EF4 tornado. They also had an EF3 that went through Cave City, and Cave City, Arkansas, took a direct hit from that EF3 storm. So these are all preliminary, and there is some crossover in these early preliminary reports right now. So there's some crossover, and what's been found was it just one track tornado, or did it lift and then come down again, therefore making it 2 tornadoes? Time will tell on that. But here's what we've seen so far from the surveys. We had that EF4. This is in our viewing area. There were others elsewhere. We'll get to those in a second. But the EF4, 170-mile-an-hour winds in Larkin, Arkansas. That was Izard County for Friday night. 56, Arkansas. That's Stone County, the 56 area, kind of Mount Olive, Arkansas, near the Mountain View area. Stone County, EF3, 140-mile-an-hour winds. Bakersfield, Missouri, that's Ozark County. That's a storm that also went up into parts of southern Howell County and Oregon County. They saw that storm continue. EF3 storm there. Bakersfield being the notable town that got hit by that one, with 3 fatalities, I believe, mentioned with that, and 1 injury coming out of Bakersfield from that EF3. Cave City, Arkansas, Sharp County. That was a large one. 165 mile an hour winds. That's the top of the end of the EF3 scale. And so that was a strong storm. Cave City, again, like Bakersfield, getting a direct hit. Doolittle to Rolla. The Rolla tornado was an EF2, 120 mile an hour winds. Seymour, Webster County, one of the earlier ones for us of the day. That was an EF1 at 100 miles per hour. And Rover, Missouri, down in Oregon County. That was the first of 2 tornadoes to go through Oregon County. That was rated as an EF1 storm on your Friday evening. All right, so looking at the tornadoes we've seen so far that have been rated, okay, more to come on these numbers. Survey team's getting out more today. We had again, couple EF1s. The strongest one, that EF4, it produced both EF4 and EF3 damage found along that path, but that tracked across northern Arkansas from just south of Marshall, where it began, into parts of, again, Stone, Izard County, and then really moving past through Sharp County as well. But just north of Melbourne, that's where you'll find Larkin and Franklin, Arkansas, and that is that EF4 damage found. That storm was also the culprit for producing that EF3 damage near Mount Olive and 56 area, Arkansas. May have been the same storm. That'll, again, time will tell as they shake out the details and get all this stuff wrapped up at the Weather Service. EF3 damage found in Cave City. That's the one just to the south of that EF4 track. That went through southern Sharp County. And then that EF4, now there's some other big storms out there. Poplar Bluff and the Boot Heel, that EF3 storm, that went through Poplar Bluff. EF4, near that was the Paragould, Arkansas storm as it tracked off towards Jonesboro and then northeast of Jonesboro. That was an EF4 damage storm. And then Diaz, Arkansas, a real strong one. I think that's the winner in terms of strength out of this event. That was an EF4 storm with winds of 190 miles per hour. That was down a little farther south. And 190 mile an hour winds with a tornado. That's a strong EF4. EF5 begins at 200 miles per hour. So very, very strong storm indeed coming out of that Diaz, Arkansas, that's Jackson County, thunderstorm. All right, so with these storms, of course, we did have some pictures for us. We're going to go ahead and start to take a look at some of those. And, yeah, we're going to start. This is from that 56 and Blanchard Springs area. This is that storm that was the EF3, later EF4, down in northern Arkansas. This picture here from Kayla Blanchard. It's just destructive. I mean, what else can you say, right? I mean, it's not much really else to talk about. It's just a destructive, high-end event for folks that saw these storms. All right, so keyboard's kind of whacking out. We'll see if I can just exit and go to the next one. Advance forward here. We'll just have to do it a little crummy here. Take that one full screen. This one also from the 56 and Blanchard Springs area. There we go. Now it's working. Kind of the same thing. A lot of tree damage. Again, this is the storm that had the, was this the 140 or the 165? This would have been the EF3 with 140 mile an hour winds. Intense damage there. More from Kayla. Not a good day to go camping. I saw that picture and I thought, wow, where'd that tent come from? Who's out and about? It is a popular camping spot, and it is coming into spring all across parts of northern Arkansas. Beautiful country. You can tell there are tall trees, woody, hilly, beautiful part of the Ozarks. But, yeah, some tree damage there near that 56 area and the Blanchard Springs area with that EF3 tornado down northern Arkansas. Elsewhere, Gamelia, Arkansas. This is the one that started in Gamelia and went up to Bakersfield. This was a strong one. This one had winds of 140 mile an hour winds, another EF3 in Gamelia. This one is in Alton, Missouri. This one has not been rated yet. This would be a continuation of that Bakersfield tornado. That one was the EF3. And so this one may have been EF3, but this damage looks pretty good. There's a house there near Alton from Dennis is her name. She sent these pictures in of her property there. James Caldwell, also in Alton. More tree damage, ripped up and some bark taken off a tree there. That's a pretty strong storm to do that. Dawn in Seymour. These pictures were taken, again, just north of Seymour. That storm there being an EF1, believe it or not. You can see the home fairly put together. There's some damage to the home. All this tin was likely a barn or a shed, metal structure. Here's also a picture from the Seymour area from dawn, seeing the tin ripped off the roof of that outbuilding. And more from Seymour, again, sheets of tin kind of wrapped around trees with the high winds of about 100 miles an hour with that storm, parts of Webster and Wright counties. And then more from Seymour. And this is a very Amish community. There are a lot of Amish that live out here in the Seymour area and just north of there. And so there's a little horse and buggy out there. We got a great video of the Amish really getting after it. Just a matter of really minutes. Folks starting to get active and get at it and start helping neighbors as soon as storms came through the air. And then we saw that all across the Ozarks, as we usually do. Okay, aside from the tornadoes and storm damage, we also had some hail, big hail. This one from Reed Springs in Cape Fear. This is south of Springfield, all right, from K. Scott. That is a big, big hailstone. Golf ball to baseball sized hail being reported there. Looks like some more golf balls here near Cape Fear from Cody. And, more of them coming in. Teresa from Oldfield. I mean, there's just big, big hailstones. All right, looks like that's the end of our playlist for you. But we had started the day off with some fire weather and had some wildfires near Camdenton in Camden County around Lake of the Ozarks. Had some fire trouble and some evacuations from that. That's where we started our day. Storms moved in Friday afternoon, produced that hail, and later in the evening it turned into that tornado event for us. And again, highest rating we've seen in our area was down in Izard County, Arkansas, EF4, winds of 170 miles per hour. So the people's lives were changed out of the storm. Property was damaged. I mean, some lives were even taken out of the storm too. So if you know anybody impacted, reach out to them if you haven't already. Help where you can. Comfort them. Be generous with your time and resources, whatever you have, to help out these folks and communities impacted by the storms. Convoy of Hope is responding to some of these storm-damaged areas. So if you want to volunteer, go check them out. Want to give money? Go check them out as well. There's several organizations also jumping on top of this thing, charitable organizations, and they'll be offering their help as well to these towns hit. All right, so later this week, again, today's St. Patrick's Day. Spring begins on Thursday, March 20th this year, and we're going to be a little cool going into Thursday here locally. Back to the 50s, believe it or not. Our coldest day on the 7-day is the first day of spring. We're going to be warmer as we wrap up winter, actually ending winter. Some big ups and downs. 70s and 80s today and tomorrow. Wednesday, storm system comes through. We get cold for your Wednesday night, and we're looking at a chance of snow showers and flurries Wednesday night, the final grasp of winter, I guess. And then springtime, again, begins on Thursday, March 20th. All right, that wraps us up here for today. Later this week is also the 100th anniversary of the 1925 Tri-State Tornado. That's a record breaker for the longest single-track tornado in the United States and likely in the world, I believe. So more details on that coming up later this week. In the meantime, happy Monday. It's very windy today, very warm. Enjoy the nicer weather.